Hi. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Apologies, we're still doing some last minute checks here. Hello, hello. Hello and hi. Hi, hi, hello and hi. Can you hear me okay? Is there any feedback on the microphones? Hello, hello, hello. Ah, excellent to hear, Nix. Anyways, I wanted to give a huge shout out, a big thank you to my active patron members. A big thank you to Gwendolyn Adams-Bone, Azura Akamore, Halo Golden, Canuck, Time Calm, Emma, Elfie, Knock on Wood, Nobody at All, Agatha, Ragecat 888, Amy Wires, Fortune, The Octahat, Evelyn, Puppy, D-Zip, Rosebout, Shadow Caliber 01, Nonberg, Fish Salad, Entari Akiyama, Sarha Smith, William Hale, Valkyr Tenno, Rylanor, the fan of a truly iconic Foxo, Galahad, Salgor Agaris, Marissa Crescita Benefer the Potato, Genetic Zero, William Coles, C.T. Mackin, Songbird, Kyra, Void Dweller, Teethfair 5, Vibe, Morning Owlet, Elster's Shiny Things, Tarsis, Jessica, Amy Olgers, Tiny Portal, Chloe, Beera the Stay Switch, Ellipses, CM Fireflies, Sunkai, Ghost 48, Joanna, Indigo, Kai, Danny Babani, Banana Busboat, TGS TGA, Liliana Sokrovia, Shocky Rain, Braidable Vaporeon, Eden, Astrid, Mick Shepherd, Artemis Lake, Captain Aardvark 986, Zendraka, Lily Adams, Hazel, Archibald, Blue Goo, Alice, Kulik 92, Nova the Artist, Prophecy Fulfilled, DFA Plays, Robot Waifu, and Blood Moth. Thank you. Thank you so very much for all of your support. It truly means the universe to me. And without further ado, hi, hello, hello, hi, hello, hi. Hello, Viola. Hello, Nix Garcia. Hello, hello, hello. Please pull up a chair. Get yourself some nice water to drink and a sweet treat, or both. So how's everyone doing today? Firstly, I'm still a little bit exhausted. Could definitely go for a little bit of nappies right now. But not right now. No naps right now. Got a show to run. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I don't know if it's the heat or something else, but oof. EP. Nick says my voice sounds scratchy, but the soup I made earlier did help, kinda. Well, I'm really sorry about your voice getting all scratchy, but I'm glad that the soup helped a little. Hello, Artemis. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Please, pull up a chair. I'm sorry, Viola. I know that's gotta suck. Oh, goodness. What's the current temp? Current temperature is 39 degrees Celsius or 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Goodness gracious. Oof. That is way too hot. That is way too hot, wouldn't you say? I'd say that that is unreasonably warm. I'm a Foxo. I deal with Demon Fox Secure and the heat of the demonic flames, but I am not used to excessive heat. Hopefully, we'll be able to move to Colorado sometime next year, and with that, hopefully, there will not be quite so much of this random heat spikes. Oh, goodness. I really am yawning an awful lot. This might be a little bit more of a laid-back stream if I continue to yawn such. Katie goes, global warming go brr. Global warming go brr. Viola says, but good thing is, I'm getting back into the gym starting today. Very, very nice, Viola. Welcome, Time Marshal. Hello. Nick says currently 90, but feels like 97, and I don't want to go out even if it's cooler than it normally is. Oh, goodness. Kitty says I'm so lucky to be Canadian. Oh, lucky. Lucky bean. Lucky bean. Can you spot for two more people? Can you spot for at least 2 to 3 more people? Hello, Simonor. Hiya. Please, pull up a chair. It's good to see you again. Hello, hi. I won't forget to hydrate, Nix. I won't forget to hydrate, Nix. That's what I intended to say. I'm speaking more now than ever before. Goodness gracious. There we go. I did a little bit of a manual correction on one of the audio knobs, so hopefully the audio is slightly more equaled out on both sides. So you can hear one on one side and another on another. Viola says trying my Coraline impression. Excellent! Viola says, Mom, what are you doing here in the middle of the night? You're just in time for supper, dear. Katie says, is that the siren reference? Oh, the siren. Yes, if you go back and listen to both the siren and Queen of the Sea, you'll notice that there's a lot of humming there that might sound familiar. I tend to hum tunes that I know. Hi, Legit Pikachu. Welcome back. I'm sorry, Nix. I'm so sorry to hear. Oh, Viola. The buttons? I'm your other mother. Now go run along and tell your other father that supper is ready. Well, go on. He's in his study. I think I missed a small part of that line, and that was basically the "Do you like them?" Which is like very, very subtle. Very subtle. Artemis says, sorry if I don't type often. I'm playing Cobble Mom with some friends. All good. Nick says, I also almost forgot how to make soup. Trust me, I completely understand. Believe it or not, I actually nearly forgot my, bank account username. Can you imagine that? I've been, entering in the very same username, very same password, day in, day out for several years now, close on to a decade at the very least. And then one day, I just forgot it. And it filled me with such a sense of dread and panic at the idea of just simply forgetting something so simple. Katie says, remember I listened to that audio last night and I almost fell asleep, lol. Do you like sirens? Do you like succumbing to the siren's call? My day? Oh, it's been great time, Marshall. So far, so good. Most of my days have had a slight blaze about them. That all changes tomorrow. Basically, going to try to slowly ramp up to get back to work. Simonor says, don't worry, I forgot my Google password, then changed it, only to forget that one immediately after. Then I made another new password and forgot about that one. One of the reasons I keep physical copies inside a book that no one will ever find. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Viola says, Coraline is one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorites, too. I learned the Other Father's song. I now know how to sing it by heart. And I know several lines back to front. Hello, Coraline. Wanna hear my new song? Don't need to. This piano plays me. Oh! Making up a song about Coraline. She's a peach, she's a doll, she's a pal of mine. She's as cute as a button in the eyes of everyone who ever laid their eyes on Coraline. When she comes around exploring Mom and Hive, we'll never ever make it boring. Our eyes will be on Coraline. Hello, Silo River. Hello again. Basically talking about stuff that we really, really like, such as Coraline. I really love the art style of that movie. It is absolutely wonderful. Such a mixture of fantasy, whimsy, and danger. As well as all of the insect motifs. Viola says, I'm sorry, but you told me to tell you the food's ready. Who's starving? Raise your hand. No! Oh! We give our thanks and ask to bless our mother's golden chicken breast. That always struck me as a really odd thing for the Other Father to say. But knowing how they're trying to emulate her parents is just kind of creepy. Katie says I was really into Hell of a Boss for a while and memorized a lot of the lines. Yeah, I don't know what it is about my particular strain of mental quirks. Whenever a set of lines gets stuck in my head, I can't help but want to recite them over and over and over again. Which is why I memorized a lot of the other mother's speeches from Coraline. Time Marshall says, well, my football team spent a lot of money for the season's summer transfer window. Oh, I see. Viola says, kind of like your yandere motherly character audio. I suppose, yeah. The yandere motherly character, believe it or not, the script is actually entitled Parasitic Mother. The entire idea that I had behind that audio was that she is like a parasitic life form. She doesn't suck your life force out directly. And as a matter of fact, I don't think that she primarily feeds off of your life force. She feeds off of kindness. She feeds off of making sure that you get your best life possible. That's where she draws her sustenance. £308.1 million? Pounds? Oh, sweet. Hungry, aren't you? Well, here comes the gravy train. Choo-choo. We've been waiting for you, Coraline. Wasn't the same without you, kiddo. Of course you do. Everyone does. And as soon as we've finished eating, I thought that we would play a game. Katie says I'm craving one of those giant pretzels for some reason. Oh, those are really, really tasty. I really love those. Viola says, you mean like hide and seek? Hide and seek in the rain. Viola says, what rain? We love mud. Mud facials, mud baths, mud pies. It's great for Poison Oak. Just another creepy part about that scene was just, she doesn't even hide that she knows things. Rain is good, Nix Garcia. Rain is really, really lovely. Gosh. Yeah, it is a movie that I really do get a lot of my inspiration from. Just the sheer unsettlingness of it all. Viola says, I'd love to play, but I better get home to my other mother. But I'm your other mother. Katie says you get a lot of it here in British Columbia. Believe it or not, one of my very first vampire series actually does take place in the British Columbia. Hey, Big Sis, can we move to the British Columbia? I'm sorry, can't quite hear that. Fan in my ears and whatnot. God, and I'm partially deaf. Viola says, I mean my other mother, mom number one. I should get to bed. Of course, dear. It's all made up. Thank you, big sister. DM Foxy Kisses gotta go where the jobs are. Yep. Gotta follow that job market wherever it goes off to. It always feels like you're being pulled by strings from one place to another, doesn't it? It's gotta suck. Also, did you like it when I played that lightning sound effect? Gotta go, Viola. Stay safe. And thank you so very much for allowing me the chance to play the other mother alongside you. I might just run through the other lines that I know, and hopefully if you watch back the VOD, you'll be able to enjoy them. But please, stay safe out there. See you soon. Akira says it does, but I'm also becoming more of a rarity, so I hold the ace. Indeed. It's gotta be really nice that no matter how bad the situation gets, you always hold on to a little bit of an ace card. Card up your sleeve. Ba-da. Ya da 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 da. Bum bum bum. Da da da. Ya da 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 da. Kitty says, I lost my ace when I started HRT. Now I'm a lesbian. I understand that. Akira says so, unless I do something monumentally stupid, I'll always have a great way to make sure we have a roof and everything great below it. Thank you so much, Akira. And I shall continue to do whatever I can to spread joy amongst the interwebs and to hopefully earn a little bit of cash here as well. A big thank you again to V-Stars as well as my active patron members. Nick says, a job that pays good is being a glassblower since there are very few out there. Yes, it's very dangerous. Never breathe in once you've committed to blowing glass. Never ever breathe in, because them fumes can burn you quick. Welcome back, darling. So thoughtful of you to bring me this nice cheddar, Coraline. Viola says, I'm back. I just had to get my cat from outside. Hello, estrogen enjoyer. Welcome back. It is so very great to see you again. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, Game Grimoire. Rory Eastep. Rory says, so not to sound annoying, when do you reckon your next video will come out? I am planning to return to posting videos in September. These past couple of weeks I have been on vacation from making ASMRs, with the goal that essentially I would return to work in August, and after I return to work, I'm basically just going to be making a bunch of videos all at once and then slowly releasing them over the course of August. Who knows, maybe I'll start running polls to see which audios get released when. Maybe that'd be fun. Time Marshall says, what is a knight's favorite fish? A swordfish? Viola says, oh, the mice feed. You mean my other father? Your better father, dear. You must be hungry as a pumpkin by now. Just. Katie says, make more of the Werewolf Foundry series. I really love it. You really love Pharynx. Pharynx the werewolf. A wolf! A wolf! Well, maybe when I get another set of inspiration to write the character. Maybe then. How about for inspiration? You managed to accidentally get fleas while you were out on your last hunt, and now you're going to have to de-flea. And thankfully, that de-fleeing also comes with a side of care. Hey there! Gosh, I really, really love the bass to the soundtrack of when Coraline first goes into the other garden. Seriously, just listening over to that track, I can't help but groove to the bass line. Nick says, idea came to my mind. Yandere Ender Dragon Gal. Honest to goodness, I don't know. It's one of the reasons why I haven't really done, like, a Yandere Minecraft series. It seems to me that a couple of people have already done that, and besides, it hasn't really been my taste. to make a series like that. Soldier Stuff says, I'm doing my civil duty of popping in and saying hi, so hello. Hi, Swords Are Soft. Hi there, darling. It's good to see you again. Viola says, I have a suggestion for Nadia. More of the Yandere Paradise neighborhood. Oh, Paradise Acres? There was an entire, like, thing planned that fell through because I didn't write it. I really ought to write and have it voice acted. Mostly it's just, like, coordinating with Akira to do the recorded lines for it. So just says, I heard Yandere Minecraft, you said you'd be in my double life inspired thing. Katie says, I posted something like this on the Discord, but I think having a Yandere alien abduction would be cool. You and Roman both says Swords Are Soft? Huh. I still think it would be cool. Nick says, ice cream can wait. I want to stay indoors. Stay indoors a little while longer. Antari says, Yandere Creeper kidnaps the owner of a gunpowder farm. Lol. It's like, why are you farming us for gunpowder? We could have just given it to you. If you just asked nicely. If you just ask nicely. If you just ask nicely. Now, I've definitely seen a lot of slime girl content as well. Why can't a slime girl be like Jello? Or why can't she be made of something like ice cream? So, you know, something that is sugary sweet and ultimately way too sticky. Game says, talk about some explosive chemistry. Hello, Amy Byers. Welcome, 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 welcome. So very good to see you again. Like gelato? I suppose so, yeah. Viola says, or maybe a Yandere librarian. I have actually done a Yandere librarian in the past. But it's been like an Eldritch librarian, and it's been so long, like 3 years since I've written that one. I really need to revisit that universe. Sorter Stuff says, I feel like I missed something. What's sticky? Ice cream. Like having a slime girl totally composed of ice cream. Like Huggles. Oops, got some sugar in your hair. Sorry. There are just so many wild and wonderful ideas still. Every time I think that the well has dried up, I'm just confronted with the absolute creativity of this all, and it really does inspire me to keep going. We're currently on to the 7th script of the Yandere General remake. I still need to continue to write that, but I have some ideas for the plot. Not gonna spoil them here, but I have some ideas for the plot. Soldier Stuff says, sounds like it would be funny, but also like a nightmare for people who hate being sticky or messy. Like me, for example. I actually hate it when my hands and fingers are like sticky. I hate it. I hate that sensation so much. Antari says, I feel like an ice cream slime girl would be an insect magnet. Oh yes, quite. Where do you think she gets her nutrients from? Insects are absorbed into the slime's mass and are broken down and turned into flavored sugars. Those flavored sugars then turn into the simulated cream. Sorts Herself says, it sounds like it would be funny, but also like a nightmare. Okay, I've already read that. Nick says, I hope she won't mind me biting the ice cream. Oh, she won't mind in the slightest. But she would get worried about you getting a stomachache off of her. Amy Wire says, but she's gonna melt. Akira says, ooh, meeting your crush in an out-of-the-way card shop. Fiola says, or maybe more of the Cerberus girls. Hey man, the second that she writes us again, we'll be on it.
Yeah, it's not as if we wanted to go on hiatus.
Yeah, it's a little bit complicated.
Yeah, come on, Cutiefox, write us already.
Yeah, write us. Write us.
Do you like how fast that we can swap back and forth between these voices?
Because we honestly can do it really, really quickly, given the chance to.
Yes, we can.
We can't exactly overlap, though. The overlap comes from editing. Sourcesoft says you just like reading my text so much, /J.
Oh, but we do, dear. We really, really do.
Yes, we do.
Sourcesoft says they got me from when you bullied me with their voices while playing FNAF. Viola says, wow, impressive. I just do what I can. Game says, this is how it feels to have a wild parliament in your head. Yeah, I do have a parliament in my head, but the Cerberus girls are not a part of it. I just use their voices on the regular. And then, of course, there's this voice here. I use this one for Ostafair. How are you doing, my dear little shade? Oh, must everything I do be seen through the lens of celestial import? Isn't it enough that what I do out of love? That I do out of care? Viola says, I'm Puddle again. No, poor dear.
Gosh, she looks like such a cute little puddle.
Stay safe, Sorts Herself. Love you. Oh, my dear. I am not evil. I am sin. For you, our little doll. You know, you can stay here forever, if you wanted to. Yes, we'll sing. We'll sing and play games, and Mother will make your favorite dishes. There's just one small thing that we need to do first. It's a surprise. For you, our little doll. Black is traditional, but if you'd prefer pink, or vermilion, or chartreuse, though you might make me jealous. Just that turn. The little bit of a turn heel. Oh, but we need a yes if you're going to stay here. So sharp, you won't feel a Ow! It's your decision, darling. We only want what's best for you. Before dinner? Of course, dear. And we aren't worried at all. Soon you'll see things our way. It is precisely what cinema therapy said regarding this movie. Eventually, someone is going to ask you to do something that you don't want to do. It is basically just like a cautionary tale of those sorts of, like, manipulative people in your life that want to use you for their own purposes. I think Coraline was right to run away as soon as, like, the offer was made. Ultimately, I think that in Coraline's position, I might have done a bit of the same things that she did. I probably would have gotten sucked into that world, like, so quickly. It's like, you're doing all of this stuff for me. Why? What's in it for you? Of course, the whole sewing the buttons in the eyes things was never supposed to be a choice for the other mother. It was basically a you only have one option sort of deal, and Coraline just sort of backed the fluff away from that expeditiously. All will be swell as soon as Mother's refreshed. Her strength is our strength. Mustn't talk when Mother's not here. No point. He pulled the long face, and Mother didn't like it. Oh. And also just the voice of the cat, Keith David. Keith David is like top tier voice actor. An absolutely wonderful voice actor. Such a talent. Can play utter jerks and know-it-all felines. And I think that he also can be really, really soft as well as conniving. They say even the proudest spirit can be broken with love. Of course, chocolate always helps. Do you like them? They're cocoa beetles from Zanzibar. Indeed, dear Voxicara, indeed.
Husker. Another of the characters that I love to see him as.
Also, his portrayal of Dr. Facilier.
Oof. Absolutely wonderful. As a Disney villain, he truly does fit.
Also, I believe that the line was, "Chocolate never hurts." Akira says, speaking of, HP Season 2 is coming around Halloween.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
I am actually quite curious as to the deal that Alistair made. My curiosity has been piqued.
Soul good? Soul good, Akira? Hop, 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 hop. Boing, boing, boing. Boing, 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 boing. Hopping and bouncing off the walls. Nick says, had to fix my cactus farm again. Oh, I'm sorry. Cacti! Cacti are absolutely gorgeous, especially in Arizona. When traveling between here and Sedona, it was such a wonderful sight. Oh, Akira took me sightseeing and it was so gorgeous. Now we're gonna be going up again in the fall, I believe. I look forward to it, and I kind of hope that it rains again, if just for the sheer novelty of how rain is these days. I went from living in Missouri, where the rains happened pretty much every, other week, to being no raining allowed in Arizona. And I was like, but I like rain. Akira says northern Arizona is far more beautiful in the fall. And I look forward to being there again. And maybe you could stop by that card shop again. Hi! Hi, Wolf. Nice to see you again. It is so very good to see you again. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Please pull up a chair. Hi. Boing, 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 boing. Viola says, have you listened to Epic the Musical? There are a couple of songs that I really, really like from that. Also, Viola, is that any way to talk to your mother? Viola, you're not my mother. Apologize at once, Coraline. I will give you to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! You may come out when you learn to be a loving daughter. Antares, I had barely any rain when I lived in Texas, and when I left, I didn't stop till I hit the snow in Mississippi? Well, says Mom's mad. There's a mother. Yeah, me and Viola basically have been going back and forth with Coraline and other mother lines. Michigan. I can't believe I forgot Michigan existed. That's a funny thing to say. Coraline, is that you? Coraline, how dare you disobey your mother? I think that my impression tends to break down when I become a little bit more, when I say the more agitated lines. When the other mother feels agitated, I feel that's when the impression starts to break down a little bit and it just sort of becomes my own voice. So, that's another weakness of mine that I need to work on. Still amazing. Thank you so very much, Phil. It really does mean the universe to me, and I hope that I'm able to work on it and continue to do my best. Same here, Nix Garcia. Same here. Coraline, you came back for us. Darling, why did you run away from me? I completely understand that, Nix Garcia. I completely understand that. Phyllis says, actually, I'm making a Coraline musical. Oh, I see. Well done. Welcome, Nathan. It's good to see you again, please. Pull up a chair. It's very, very good to see you again. You need song ideas? Huh. Through the door. I think that making a song for when Coraline discovers and passes through the door for the first time, I think that should be a song. And it should have a reprise version where the tunnel is more destroyed and she's trying to flee back through it. Ideas abound. You horrible cheating girl. I think that that one, just as like a line from the other mother, I think that should be like a song for if the villain loses and then gets a song. You horrible cheating girl.
Viola walks into the kitchen. How about we play a game? I know you like them. Everybody likes games. And what sort of game will we be playing? And what is it that you'll be finding, Caroline? Too easy. Huh. Well, what if you don't win? And if you somehow win this game? Deal. Oh, right. In each of 3 wonders I've made just for you, a ghost eye is lost in plain sight. Ontari says, whoa, just moved over to desktop. The UI looks different. Oh, I see. The UI for what? Ontari says the stream on YouTube has a different style than before. Oh, I see. Fascinating. Maybe it's because I've been using it for a little bit, but it doesn't seem quite so strange to me now. Ah, Viola. So, you're back, and you've brought vermin with you. You know I love you. So, where are they? The ghost eyes. Ontari says, I mean, different from when I was watching yesterday. Huh, really? Is the UI different? I can't seem to notice any changes. If you can spot the changes, then I would more than be happy to acknowledge them. Viola? No, I suppose not. After all, you still need to find your old parents, don't you? Too bad you won't have this. I love voicing evil characters. It's just so much fun. Voicing villains is fun. You can put on a face and just be the villainous character for a while. Viola? Ah. Well, produce them. Oh, they are they? You're wrong, Coraline. They aren't there. Now, you're going to stay here forever. I love how Coraline just says, "No, I'm not," and then throws a cat at someone. I think that is absolutely hilarious and badass. I think that's incredibly badass on Coraline's part. You horrible cheating girl. You dare disobey your mother? And then she just fluffing kicks her in the face. Oh, it was so fun to watch. Pocket sand. Amy Myers with the pocket sand. Well done. Pocket sand is always effective. Pocket sand. And just the way that the entirety of the other world unravels and turns into a web. It's absolutely wonderful visual storytelling. Against button eyes? Perhaps not. Against organic eyes? Yes. Ontari says maybe you have two-step goodbye equipped, that pocket sand might be effective. Two-step goodbye? Huh. Yeah. It is an interesting weapon. Antari says there's a thing in New Vegas where you can throw pockets in and it applies weapon effect for some reason if one is equipped. Huh. I think that's cool. I think that's incredibly cool. I should watch Coraline again at some point. Maybe once the stream is done. I'm undecided. Explosions, says Amy Wires. Good NB. Such a good NB. Explosion. I've never watched Konosuba. I don't think I ever will. And some other ideas I'm working on. slowly reworking the Time Travelers episode. It might become a series? Question mark? It might be if I can't fit it all into one script. Antari says there's some scenes in Konosuba that are just really creepy. I believe it. From the stuff that I've seen here and there, yeah, I can see it. It's one of the things that kind of turned me off of anime. You know, that isn't like JoJo's or Hellsing. Antari says, a real fucking vampire. Party, 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 you wanna have a party? Akira says, but what about that campfire anime with the cute Yui slime? Sui, you mean? Sui. Now, Sui was cute. Sui was just this cute little ball. Hi. I mean, it was adorable and cute. How was I not supposed to react? Squeak your heart. You live with me squeaking all the time, Akira. Oh, goodness. Very, very sleepy. The fuck so is eepy. The fuck so is eepy. The foxa is very tired. She is sleepy. The foxa has had a very long day of swiping eggies and wants to take a small sleep. Eevee and Eevee's too sleepy. Funk's sleepy and need bed by time. The fox is currently experiencing critical levels of being a sleepy little girl and needs to go to bed. She is very tired and needs to sleep. Just a little sleepy time is a treat. Fox Yonks needs to slack. Poor tired girl, just a little gal. Fox Yonks needs her beady sleep. Look at her go. She yawned big cause she's skeechy. Needs to fall full of sleepy. Night time. Game says news just in, the kitsune is tired, stocks predicted to fall as a result. Amy says, no, my stocks / J. What are the stocks in? What do you have stocks in? It reminds me of the missile knows where it is. I love this one. I love this copy pasta. The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation. The guidance subsystem uses deviations to generate corrective commands to drive the missile from a position where it is to a position where it isn't, and arriving at a position where it wasn't, it now is. Consequently, the position where it is now the position that it wasn't, and it follows that the position that it was is now the position that it isn't. In the event that the position that it is in is not the position that it wasn't, the system has acquired a variation. The variation being the difference between where the missile is and where it wasn't. If variation is considered to be a significant factor, it too may be corrected by the GEA. However, the missile must also know where it was. The missile guidance computer scenario works as follows. Because the variation has modified some of the information the missile has obtained, it is not sure just where it is. However, it is sure where it isn't within reason, and it knows where it was. It now subtracts where it should be from where it wasn't, or vice versa, and by differentiating this from the algebraic sum of where it shouldn't be, and where it was, it is able to obtain the deviation and its variation, which is called error. Sliminor says, Shonk, I'm going to be going now. Bye.
See you later, Sliminor. It was good to see you. It's good to see you today.
Amy Wire says, I think my brain just melted. Tell me about it. I feel that. The master of circular reasoning. Akira says, math, yes.
What's wrong with math? Math is fun, at times. Within reason. Eepiness. The Fluffs is really eepy. Oh, goodness. You ever just get really, really eepy, and then you just want to sleep, but then the second that you lay down to have a small nap, suddenly you just can't sleep, and you're just left there being in this sort of half-awake state, not quite sleeping in it, and it's just like, what did I ever do to deserve this? Akira says, like, you plus Squeaks plus CPons equals epic Toads Ty Marshall says, I'm back, what I miss. Sally, I feel a little under the weather. I'm sorry to hear that, Ty Marshall. Mostly just talking about EP days. Like these days. These days be EP. These days be really EP. Where you just want to eep. I've got the eepiness. I've got mad eepiness right now. Big yawn.
And now I've got tears in my eyes from the yawns. That's how you know that you're big sleepy. Is after a big yawn, you got them slight tears in your eyes. A slight reminder to stay hydrated. Hi, welcome back, Viola. The fox is ZB. You got Expedition 33, Nathan? How is it? Game says gotta love the cycle of happy and content followed by it's so over, rinse and repeat. Oh, I've been there. Sometimes I'll just be gently relaxing and then I am just constantly reminded that I am a political talking point and people like me are constantly being hunted for sport because we are trans. I mean, we're not literally, I'm being hyperbolic by saying that we're literally being hunted for sport, but we get such a bad rap. I have no doubt in my mind that if you put my channel in front of conservative talking heads, within like 30 seconds, they'll be talking about how deranged America has become because they allow me to exist. Seriously, I'm pretty sure I'll put down $50 for that bet. That if you put any number of my streams in front of a conservative talking head, that I'll probably be doxxed by that evening at the very least.
Nicholas says, oof, that's the mood. Yep. Group hugs to those who want them. High fives to those who want them. And for all others, I wave my hand at you in acknowledgement. I'm glad to hear, Nathan. Antari says, wouldn't I love the shoe to be on the other foot? I just don't want them to be in power anymore. I want them to live normal lives in which they cannot hurt anyone. If they cannot be happy in a world where they cannot hurt marginalized people, then what does that say about them, really? It strikes me that far-right, right-wing conservative pundits and their allies are just pathetic, cowardly people. Like, their entire MO is just hatred. Constant seething hatred. To the point where I don't think they could understand who they are as people without that hatred. It sounds so sad. It makes me infinitely more glad that I am who I am. And that I'm able to say when I fucked up, that I'm able to say sorry. And that we can still be kind to each other. Amy Ware says, oh wow, today is such a good day. I was then thrown into the sun. Huggles. Huggles, huggles. Everything's gonna be okay. In the long run, I'm pretty darn sure everything is going to be okay. They didn't wipe us out the first time. They won't wipe us out this time. I'm pretty sure that one day, we'll all be out listening to the birds. There will be birds. I do think that it is important to take some time to slow down and to really take in the moment. Like, this is a part of your life that may not come again. And there's still so much good in the world. Still so many wonderful people. For me, it's my partner and my big sister, as well as you. Thank you for walking alongside me for this journey. I hope that I'm able to continue on for as long as possible. I don't plan on throwing in the towel anytime soon. I completely get you, Game Grimoire. I'm sorry. Estrogen Enjoyer says this 40-hour work week thing can actually suck it. Personally, I just want people to be fairly compensated for their work. And what I mean by that is their minimum wage should be raised. I'm not saying $20. I'm not even saying $30 an hour. I'm saying $45 an hour at minimum. I think that $45 an hour minimum would be really, really nice. I think that it might allow us to actually live our lives instead of being chained to an existence that just hurts us. Antari says, the age of fascism has ended. No more false prophets. Follow me and you never again
Be deceived. Rise up. Yes, I equate this situation to Transformers 1. I am reminded of one of these quotes from Final Fantasy XII, more towards the end. They are fulfilled beyond your knowing. The Christ is sundered, Age of Stones complete. From the undying ones the world is freed. You shall not tread this path alone. Together we go. Come. For all of the evils that Vana perpetrated on the world of Ivalice, that is still one killer line. Indeed, what claim does Garen have on history's reins, seated on throne immortal, rent from time? For your ascendant's vein I offer prayer, may you attain all that which is your due. Nyx says, I have found a lot of gold in a cave and it is now mine 'cause shinies. Well done, Nyx Garcia. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you. I hope you know that. I'm incredibly proud of you. Because despite everything, you're still here. You're still here. You're still alive. I am really, really proud of you. Surviving really is winning in this day and age. Please make sure that you stay safe whilst out and about today and tomorrow. I get a little worried. In the past couple of months, I have watched myself succumb to my own agoraphobia and to just lock myself away. I'm trying to do a little bit better here and there to try to go out and hang out with friends, but it's incredibly hard. Because the last thing I want to do is to make a situation awkward for someone else. And so I just feel the urge to stay behind, to stay here. Because it feels safe here. But ultimately I know that if I am going to enjoy this life, I should make an effort to go out. But hey, I'm slowly learning how to draw as well. And I'm really, really glad that I'm making strides in that. 'Cause I still suck at drawing. But I think that I can make a halfway decent papyrus now. I think that I can really make something beautiful if I work really, really hard at it. And I intend to. It is such a good day today, despite the heat. Game Grimoire says, I can understand that. My mother used to have it real bad for like 17 years. There's light at the end of that tunnel. I'm pretty sure that with a little bit of effort, we can get things back on track.
I just kind of hate that things have turned out this way. I remember last year being filled with a small sense of hope that things will be better. That we would have our very first female president and we might actually see this country no longer be quite so much of a laughingstock, but I suppose not. It is wholeheartedly disappointing to see how much things have gone downhill simply in the past 7 months. To the point where I no longer call it an administration, but a regime. We live under a dictatorship. An authoritarian regime. What a joke. As Patches says, what a shit show. But hey. We're still together for as long as we can be, and despite it all, I'm having the time of my life. Despite it all, I still have my passion of creating art, and I'm not letting my more depressive episodes stop me from trying to get better. Honestly, we have two right wings at this point. The illusion of choice. We have establishment Democrats that are basically cowards that allow the far more right-wing Republicans to legitimately get away with murder in a lot of ways. It's amusing to watch Trump shoot himself in the foot, but to be constantly aware that that's our brilliant leader in charge is... God, it feels like a constant sick joke. I don't mean to turn it into a constant complaining fest. Ultimately, I am just really, really tired of complaining. I don't want to anymore. I want to be gushing about new things. I want to be gushing about the future without as much fear or cynicism. But I can't ignore the bad things that are happening around me. I legitimately can't. Sure, they might not affect me directly today, but tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, I'm pretty dang sure that at the end of everything, it might affect me. I say might, because I'm still unsure, for that slight uncertainty. Yep. Monopoly as a game was originally intended to show the world essentially just how horrible it is for a person to go through life in a Monopoly setting. It's all fun and games until you land on an owned boardwalk with a hotel on it. Oh, chat disconnected for a little second. Looks like the regime caught word of what we were talking about. in a lot of ways, we're practicing a mixture of socialism and capitalism right now. I mean, it's thanks to you. It's thanks to you interacting in the chat, interacting with my videos, and also, for me, luckily, my wonderful patrons who are helping me run this channel. Because while the dough from YouTube is... it is, when it flows, it's unreliable. YouTube paying me through ad revenue is really, really unreliable. And it really is thanks to you, the viewer, and to you, the active patrons, that I'm able to continue doing what I love. I'm really, really thankful to you. And it's because of you that I resolve to keep my passions and to keep pushing forward. Because if you like what I bring to the table, then I'll bring more of it to the table. Game says that crabs the stream's bugged. Is it bugged? Is it? Antari says, tell me about it. I make the mistake of reading any news, and for the next hour, all I can see is red. Yeah, legitimately. Nix Garcia says, quick talk about video games before the Wi-Fi retaliates /J. It's really hard to, you know, not see red when you watch the news. When you watch yourself be dehumanized. When you watch people laugh about the idea of deporting people. When you watch people be racist for the shits and giggles. How can you not be mad? I think that if you aren't mad at that, you're some different breed altogether. I think it's natural to be angry. I mean, heck. Jokingly, I said that I wanted Arizona to secede from the Union so we could create a communist utopia. Yep. 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 It can be depressing. And your feelings on this are totally warranted. I think that your feelings on this subject are fair. It's a horrible subject. Y'all are wonderful people. Never forget that. Chrysalis, the newest, one of my newer scripts is taking a little bit longer than I had
anticipated, but hopefully I can get it back on track soon. Writing in alliteration can be a little bit of a challenge. Also, just as an aside, I don't know if I'll be able to do much of streaming next week. I will be, like, working behind the scenes constantly, so maybe for just the next stream, for the next week or so, I'll be working behind, just doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So hopefully by the time I stream in 2 weeks, there will be some improvements to overall quality of life. Stuff like added music tracks or animations or other stuff. I want things to sound really, really cozy in here instead of just dead silent with a fan going off in the background and the sound of my voice. For while the sound of my voice is all well and good, well, I'd like there for, you to enjoy a little bit more. And so I'm gonna be researching and working as soon as, I'm done with a nap, as soon as I'm, done with the stream today. So yeah, working on making music, working on revamping animations, working on scripts and other stuff, as well as maybe a couple of passion projects that are also in the works. I mean, there is an entire original story that I've written. It's a very short story, about 11 pages long, simply entitled Clown Around at the Edge of Town. And I'm looking forward to unveiling that one in September as well. I've written, a good couple of scripts for when I finally get back to work. So let me see. Which ones have I finished that I will be doing? All Are the Ladies. Chrysalis when I finish it. Clown Around at the Edge of Town. Delphi. I've already done that one. I've already done that one too. Maybe I will also write a sequel to the Mother ASMR that I did. Book of the Dark Lord, that's another one I'm gonna be doing. Hopefully, I'll be able to do the transmission. And of course, there is also going to be the entirety of the Yandere General Remake series. Currently, I have 6 scripts written, and I'm working on number 7. I still don't know how the series is going to end. There might be a second season. Might is going to be the operative word here. There might be a second series for the Yandere General Remake. That is, if I can't finish everything in the first season. If I can, then it just might end off in a big flourish. Finally ending the series that I started 3 years ago. After that, who knows? Maybe I'll write misadventures of them, or just other stuff happening in the world. This also.
transmission? Yes, it's actually a script that I wrote some time ago, but just for some reason didn't voice act or edit. So it's just been sitting in my finished section for so long, and I've been needing to voice it. It's actually been like Tears of the Mimic for the second series, the second season of the Irideth saga. I remember when I first wrote the character of Irideth, she was meant to be like a short series. She was meant to just appear in a couple short videos. And then I finished writing the first season and ended the series in tears, in literal tears. Atop the Mountain happened to be one of the most heartbreaking scripts that I ever wrote. And I legitimately did burst into tears at the end of that one. Them tears is real. That's all good, Agleth. I plan on bringing Irideth back at some point, if I can. Things can be a little bit iffy in the writing headspace. Like, for example, Chrysalis. I've been working on Chrysalis on and off for basically the entire year. Still haven't finished it because, starting and stopping alliterative works, it can be a challenge to start back up again and continue to write in alliteration because they feel like restrictive rules. But the plus side is once I'm done forcing myself to write a script with a very firm set of rules for it, I can just write whatever I want to afterwards, and that's actually how Delphi came to be. Delphi is a script that I wrote after one too many times of watching Portal 2 playthroughs as well as System Shock playthroughs. And System Shock Showdown lines. So Delphi is basically just Showdown Light. A mixture of my inspirations of Shodan and GLaDOS. And I really look forward to bringing that character to life as well. There's also a couple of Patreon exclusive audios that I'm working on and have planned. Writing Patreon exclusives it can be a little bit hard at times, but ultimately I feel like over the course of this next month is going to be a lot of work doing. Indeed, Agleth. Indeed. Patience is not a characteristic of a goddess. That reminds me, I also picked up System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remake. Oh, sweet! I didn't know they remade System Shock 2.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da, ya-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Hi, Winter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I should play System Shock at some point. Nick says I just saw on Twitter that some of the NDAs are void about the Vishojo drama? Ooh. Estrogen Enjoy says play Signalis, Sulu. Play Signalis, play Signalis. Maybe. That's a big maybe. And... I might play Genshin. I might. It is a big might. Nathan says the original or the remake. Probably the remake. Game Grimoire says, oh yeah, V-Shoujo just kinda exploded. I remember the day it happened. Like it was yesterday. There is much to do about the situation. I take it, Amani. Oh, right. You lost the money for charity. The money specifically raised for charity. The charity's money. Amy Wire says, yeah, I was the one who planted the explosives. Kaboom. Kaboom indeed. Kaboom. Yep. Watching VShojo explode, and yep, the NDAs are... they're null and void, and people are exploding about it. Oh my gosh. It's actually kind of great. It's kind of great to watch. Game Grimoire says, I was expecting fireworks, not a nuclear bomb.
Well, I mean, there's some fireworks too. I'm glad that the talents got out of there. I'm really, really glad that their NDAs are null and void so they can talk about their horrible experiences at Fee Shoujo. Winter says, to my unfortunate surprise, avocado is not great to eat when you have to gallbladder. I'm in mild agony. I'm so sorry, Winter. Welcome back, Swords of Soft. Oh, when you have no gallbladder. I'm so sorry, Winter. Welcome back, Swords Are Soft. I'm glad that you've got coffee. I've got only a little bit of coffee left. We're out of coffee creamer. I've run through coffee creamer way too quickly. This should tell you a little bit about me. Why do I drink so much coffee? I am a caffeine addict. Oh, hey, Akira. Hi. Say hi to Akira, everyone.
Hi.
The other cutest foxo in the universe.
No, you're the cutest.
Also, Akira, look who's in chat. It's my partner.
Ah.
Cyphery.
Your cutie partner?
Yeah. Aren't they cute?
Very adorable.
Yep, partner is absolutely adorable, and I will brook no other outcome. Precisely. Oh, precisely. Winter says that sorts of stuff depends on the person. Avocados have a lot of fat, which you need bile to digest, and without a gallbladder can't store it. Oh, I see. I see. Sorts of stuff says, I don't want to test it. Oh, really?
Oh, sweet.
Ah, swords are soft. That's such an adorable one. Such an adorable savant.
Oh, by the way, since you're still on the draw, boop. Oh, Nick told you to boop me and you're still on the draw, so boop, 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 boop.
Boop. Swords of stuff says, ignoring the fact I'm being bullied by Nika right now. Oh, you're not being bullied, sweetheart. No, our dearest. Our dearest Bluebell. Nick says I told Nika to boop you, Akira. And I did. Aw, so adorable. Oh, so cute. Swords of Stuff says, oh, that's so unfair to call me that. Oh, I'm sorry, Bluebell. You're ours. Don't forget that. We adore you so very much. The light of our world. Winter says, but I also got Prebby Magic the Gathering cards, so they isn't all bad. Magic the Gathering has some really, really pretty cards. I look forward to getting into playing it again. Sartor says, you aren't sorry, Trinket. Why'd you call me Trinket? Aww. Makes me feel happy when you call me that. Of course. Your little Trinket. Oh, but you're absolutely adorable and I love you. I adore you. Game Grimoire says, I tried to get into a while ago. Not really sure I could, to be honest. Really sorry to hear that, Game Grimoire. I know that card games like that can be a little complicated.
quite the complicated topic. So just says, stop bullying me. Magic the Gathering is cool collabs. They're making a Spider-Man one. Oh, really? That sounds absolutely awesome. I look forward to that one. And an Avatar one. Oh, I see. Yeah, they got collabs with Doctor Who and Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy collab cards are so very hard to track down, though. Viola says, my friend is dressed up as the other father. And now they're doing the other mother makeup on me. Really? Are you liking it so far, Viola? Nathan says, I've been wanting to start collecting Magic the Gathering cards. The main thing stopping me is I have so many things on my wish list that I want more that it probably won't happen soon. Sortosa says, I don't understand Magic the Gathering. I just buy them for others. Boop. Well done, Sortersoft. I'm so very proud of you, darling. So very proud of you. Sortersoft says, Fox, I got a shiny one I need to show y'all. Oh, really? Send us a picture in chat. In our Discord chat, I should clarify. Viola says I don't understand my own logic anymore. It's all good. Everything's fine. It's all good, Andariagayama. Winter says my darling Lillipad made the mistake of getting me into magic. Oh, the way that rolls off my tongue. Getting me into magic. Sounds like I'm a bit of a Scottish witch. Nathan says a friend taught me how to play it in the high school. They even had a club for it. Really? Really, I see. So what do you think of the accent? It's been a while since I've pulled it out. Ever since I started striding across the stage. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Oh, I see. Oh, you got a shiny moo. Oh, absolutely adorable. Oh, and a shiny Glypho. Oh. Aww. 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 Viola says Scotch witch, the best witch. A Scottish witch. Really? You're just gonna go and wander across the Highlands without me to guide you? Okay, but you're going to wish that you had me at your side. Agla says, red card. Really? I know that it isn't a one-to-one accurate Scottish accent. I know that there are a couple of things that I'm getting wrong with it. I'm just having a bit of fun. What do you think?
How many points would you give me out of 10 for accuracy? 1 being not accurate at all, and 10 being, that is so spot on, how do you sound like that? At best, I'd consider myself an 8. At worst, I'd consider myself at 0. Viola says 10. Oh, now you're just trying to gas me up, darling. Sortersoft says, comparing it to my friend's accent was Irish, it's 7 to 8 out of 10, actually. Thank you so very much, darling. It really means the universe to me. Thank you so very much. Oh, you really know how to flatter, girl. Viola says maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You never know. Oh, you're so very cute, Viola. You're so very adorable. Every good girl in the chat. You're such a good girl. Such a good girl. And we adore you so very much. Oh, see you later, Sort of Salt. Bye. Bye, darling. We'll see you later. Love you. Is there any other accents that you'd like to see us try on stream? 'Cause we know a few others. Just a few others. Tend to careen around the world. From one place to another. Viola says Scottish voices? Oh. Oh, we just do the best we can. Hop hop. Time to go. Hop, 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 hop. But of course. But of course. Now let's see, what other accents do we have in our repertoire? Well, we've got a bit of this one too. What do you think? A bit over the top?
Game Grimoire says playing Slay the Spire with this on at the same time is an experience that wasn't on my bingo card. Slay the Spire. Oh, that is a bit of a familiar name to me. What is Slay the Spire? I am looking and I am seeing. Oh, looky there. Card games and roguelikes. I see. How very interesting. Agla says happy accidents. Nathan Hunt says roguelike. Viola says Sleepy Fox? Cute, Sleepy Fox. Well, I am a little EB still. Viola says, I'm half Italian, so whenever I use my accent I can be flirty, but otherwise I'm just puddle. Oh, I see. I don't think I can do an Italian accent for the life of me. To be sure. There are some accents that I do have a lot of fun with, but otherwise, I don't think that they are entirely accurate. Oi. Viola says, mi amors. Agla says, it's fun to ham it up sometimes. Yeah. To be sure. Arcades reeks of a different filth. Thinking about Final Fantasy XII again. Just a lot of the world building there is fascinating. Believe it or not, when I first made Project Arcadia, I named her after the city of Arcades. Viola says, well, maybe Russian? Well, maybe. I don't know if I can do a proper Russian accent. I've been practicing, but... well, you tell me how it goes. So, how are you doing this evening? I hope you are doing well. Gosh, I think that might be one of my worst accents yet. Russian's so very hard to stay in. 9 out of 10? I don't think so. Anyways, I think that is about as much time as I have today. Please, you stay safe out there, alright? And I don't think that I'll be able to do a stream next week, so just keep that in mind. Next week, there will be absolutely no streams. The next time I will stream, however, is probably going to be on the 6th of next month. So, yeah, that is going to be almost 2 weeks from today. So that's going to be on the 6th of Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. That being said, thank you so very much for stopping by. It truly means the universe to me. Thank you. Thank you so, so very much. And I look forward to seeing you again when I hop back on stream. And hopefully, those streams will be a wonderful experience. So make sure to get adequate rest, eat some good food, and remember to drink some water, okay? Especially in this heat. Don't be dehydrated. Drink water. Alrighty. Well, that's enough out of me. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.